off the bus and said, "You're a Calgary Stampeder." There's a pump and wide open, and the ball is
lost.
Incomplete.
It must have been lost in the sun.
You know, one of those passes in the first half was in that neighborhood, and Nick Lewis gestured as if he was looking back in the sun and didn't see it. But
a missed opportunity, though, Chris, because, oh, my goodness, is he ever wide open. I mean, look at how open Nick Lewis, he walks in, but he lost track of it till the very last second, lost it in the sun, and then it just shows up right there, and well, it's too late.
And
it's that low angle right there, looking right back into it.
2nd and 10. Pump from Burris, but now looks the other way, and that ball incomplete. Brett Ralph stretched out, but couldn't bring it in.
That's one that he just sort of hesitated when Brett Ralph came out of his break. You know, we've seen this before. It was last week Joffrey Reynolds who kind of shut it down on a play when Burris kind of kept the play alive. He's one of the best in the business at doing that, extending the play by moving around a little bit. And when Brett Ralph came out of his break, he hesitated, and therefore it cost him at the end. You guys can't give up on Henry Burris on these plays, and Brandon Browner explaining to Burris, don't throw it over here, the sun is the problem.
Yeah. But you think about it, how open Lewis was. If he makes that catch,
he walks in.
It's a different game. Larry Taylor. And again a flag. Which negates another decent return.
Let's take a look again at that Nick Lewis play. You got caught when lost the ball in the sun, but you don't get many opportunities at these double moves. You set this up, you run the hitch pass, and you've got a wide open receiver down the field, and it looked like Nick Lewis was pretty nonchalant, but he didn't see that ball till it arrived at the very last second. By then it was too far behind him. These receivers have to remind themselves that they got to keep working no matter where they are on the field, because Henry Burris will extend plays at times.
Might see the tinted visors in Calgary for the next day game. Gerald Brown was called on the illegal block, and so Montreal backed up here inside their 10.
Remember last week when Joffrey Reynolds, and it was something that I've never seen. I haven't seen in 15 years in the booth, is Burris kept the play alive, and Joffrey Reynolds thought it was over and was walking around going, what happened? And then the ball whizzed right by his head. But, you know, they win the game so they can have some fun with that one. But it, again, is a reminder that, you know, your quarterback is running for his life back there, and Burris can make things happen, make people miss, and you got to keep working at it.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and there's a horse collar tackle. Tay George celebrating, but he doesn't realize he just got nicked for 15 yards.
Yeah, well, you got to love that he kept at it, because he lost his helmet in the process, and now he's getting the bad news.
Yeah.
You can grab the jersey from behind, you just can't grab the shoulder pads.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness, horse collar tackle, Calgary 91, 15 yards penalty, first down.
Well, that's a huge penalty too. In all likelihood, the Alouettes will be conceding a safety and kicking off. Instead, they've got a first down 15 yards ahead.
Well, the good news is for Calgary fans, they are getting pressure now. See Tate George there, he loses his helmet in the process, keeps with it, and I think it's a good call. It did look like he grabbed the shoulder pads. Once you grab that shoulder pad harness, it's over. They're calling that every time, and that's not just the quarterback either.
So up at the 23, fresh set of downs. The pass for Richardson, and he is separated from the football. Wes Lysak put a dent in Richardson.
Yeah, he did, and you know, Wes Lysak and Milton Collins rotating through here, they've seen this before. On one of Richardson's touchdowns, it was the same play where he went down the seam and Kerry Watkins over the middle. On the touchdown, the safety, I think it was Collins at that time, took Watkins and left Richardson down the seam. Well, this time, Lysak wasn't fooled and was there to separate Richardson from the football. And he's hurting from that. He actually turned, so he got it in the middle of the back.
Yeah, he's still feeling the effects. Lysak, no stranger to dishing out that kind of punishment. Bunch formation near side, 2nd and 10. Calvillo dumps it off. There is a marker down, and Richardson has the catch and absorbs a little bit more punishment.
At least they've got Anthony Calvillo moving a little bit. That's good news for Calgary fans.
Penalty against the Stamps.
This is not the good news for Calgary fans, because they should have the ball back now in real good field position.
Receiver, Calgary number 27, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Brandon Browner.
Brandon Browner is going to be up there. He's just to the right of your screen at the top. He's right here.
Here comes heavy pressure. He gets it away, and the ball is dropped. Kerry Watkins had the ball, but put it on the carpet, and it's an incompletion, and Anthony Calvillo was feeling the heat that time.
Yeah, he was, and I think it was Keon Raymond. At least it looked like it came from the secondary to me, as he's trying to get flushed out to his right and then roll fast, and here he comes. And see, the timing is better there. The only thing that even allowed Anthony Calvillo to get the ball out was because he rolled away from the pressure, but Raymond off the halfback blitz came wide, and it was way better timing.
Hero last week, late in the game, with a halfback blitz that got to Quentin Porter and knocked Hamilton out of field goal range in the final minute. So 2nd and 10, Calvillo rolling, and now puts it over the head of the intended target, Kerry Watkins. So a couple of first downs via penalty, but not much more for the Alouettes.
Well, what Calgary has done to provide some more pressure is they've started to run stunts and move the defensive lineman around a little bit. We also saw the defensive coordinator, Chris Jones, go with that halfback blitz to Keon Raymond, so trying to get some more pressure from the secondary as well. But he's moving Charleston Hughes around a little more, and it's becoming successful offensively. Now, the way you attack that is you can run the ball and catch a team in those stunts.
Not a great kick by Duval. Marcus Howell back in the game, and Chip Cox downfield in a hurry. Brings him down at the 36. Let's check back in with John Liu.
Well, guys, certainly the Calgary defense is doing its job, but one thing to watch for with the Montreal offense is to see if there's a repeat of any sorts of mistakes throughout the course of the game. Anthony Calvillo says that's what's been lacking in consistency. Every game, there's one thing that crops up, whether it's a physical breakdown on the O-line, receivers perhaps out of position at a snap. But in this case here, keep a close eye on what happens for the rest of the game, because they're looking to try to minimize their mistakes to gain consistency. Guys?
That's always the goal and objective, and that's the word that coaches love to use, is consistent. They want you to be consistent. There's also the human element.
Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Henry Burris to work. He was looking for Teo Johnson, and he shakes off Anwar Stewart, still alive, and a completion. How about Henry Burris as he gets it to Robbie Bryant, his 5th catch, and Anwar Stewart somehow misses sack number 54.
You know how he does miss it? He misses it because I think he's trying to hold down the arms of Burris and not allow him to throw the football. So as he's holding his arms down, it allows Burris a chance to wiggle out of it, rather than just go and make a form tackle. See, he's holding his arms so he can't throw it, and then he's able to wiggle out of it, get to the outside, and after that play, John Bowman limped off one more time. That's how you can extend plays. That's why receivers have to keep running. Running backs have to keep playing.
Maybe that provides a spark. The one positive for the Stamps on offense today is that Robbie Bryant is starting to become a factor. John Bowman is limping on the sidelines. And remember, if you joined us late, he was helped off early in the first quarter. Got rolled on. And that knee is still bothering him, and we've got an injured player on the field. And it's Eric Wilson, so another member of that front four shaken up.
Gets a little thin, too. up there already with Jermaine McIlvain playing a little bit more. Bowman did return. See if he can come back with that limp, but
so big Eric Wilson makes his way to the sidelines.
oh, this is a tough situation for Mark Trestman, though, isn't it? I mean, at some point you want to think you want to rest some starters, but his message is so you talk about the word consistent. He is one of the most consistent coaches with regards to his message and saying we got to keep sharp, keep playing, eliminate mistakes. Doesn't matter what the standings say.
1st and 10. Burris has time, looking downfield, and Robbie Bryant unable to make the catch, and he was in a battle with Davis Sanchez, and Bryant looking for a flag, and I must admit I was waiting for one too.
Well, it was close. I mean, I'd have to take another look, and that's how close it was. And remember, officials don't get the luxury of a second look at a replay like this to determine a pass interference call. I thought the timing was pretty good. He went kind of at the head and pulled him down, but it was as the ball was arriving. You maybe could call that little shirt pull from behind.
No,
you don't like that one?
Not the shirt pull, but thought Sanchez might have hooked him a little bit earlier, but no call. 2nd and 10. Burris under pressure. Karan Williams in pursuit. And Burris got away and scampers out at midfield. And that will bring up 3rd down. 3 on the run for Henry Burris.
Henry Burris, that's about as fast as he can run. And he's one of the fast-running quarterbacks in the league, and that shows you the speed of Karan Williams. Right on his tail.
And Williams going to be a bit faster in a game against Calgary after being released by the Stampeders after being a 2-year starter with Calgary. So not much happening here in this 3rd quarter as the defenses have dug in. Larry Taylor letting it bounce, and
that's a good play.
Yeah, it was a good play to let it go in for a single point. They'll give up a point, be up by 11, and get better field position. Well, you've mentioned that Mark Trestman has a fine line to walk here, an 11-2 team. How do you walk that line and try and maintain your team's sharpness?
The challenge is exciting because it's really about dealing with success, staying even-keeled and level-headed, and still developing a sense of urgency as the week proceeds into game time to be able to play at the level of intensity and passion that we expect of each other as a football team.
And he wrote the book on even keel.
Yeah, and consistent.
Brandon Whitaker trying to get outside, lowers the shoulder, and he shows you a little toughness there on a 4-yard run.
That's what you do when you face a stunting defensive line, and that's what Calgary has started to do. You go back to the run game and see if you can catch him in one of those stunts, because as the defensive linemen go to run a stunt or a twist where they replace each other, if you catch them at the right time on a running play, you can spring it for big yards, and that's what Trestman's doing now. It's a difficult scenario, but he's had a little practice from last year too.
2nd and 6. Pressure and dump. Incomplete, intended for Hawkins. And again, there's been better Calgary pressure here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, and that's the biggest concern for Trestman, Chris, in my mind, is that you got Anthony Calvillo, who had a real clean first half, but every time that his quarterback gets hurt, boy, his season can change in a heartbeat right there. And it seems sort of prudent, and the safe thing to do would be to say, play Anthony Calvillo for the first half, try and get a lead, whatever the score is, get him out. See if you can see Adrian McPherson, what he can do. That's not Trestman's way.
Marcus Howell on this return, and he is brought down quickly. Good downfield cover by Diamond Ferry with 8.5 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
I'm not criticizing the strategy. It's just, if something happened, it's the major if for Trestman, right? I mean, if he loses Anthony Calvillo, or even a guy like John Bowman, I mean, obviously it's not the quarterback, but...
Well, there is a sense that they've got to get over this psychological hurdle.
Calgary number 33, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Boyd Anderson called, and that'll back Calgary up. Do you believe, as Anderson hears it from the coach, do you believe it's necessary for the Alouettes to win here to gain some kind of psychological advantage heading to a potential matchup in the biggest game?
I think there's value to it, but not at the expense of the health of your quarterback. And that's the fine line.
Should be the final play, third quarter. Burris under pressure. John Bowman can't bring him down. And the pass is caught by Brett Ralph. Another short gain as somehow Henry Burris avoids the sack. Final play of the third quarter. Third quarter stats are brought to you by Tim Hortons. Always fresh, always.
The numbers are starting to accumulate a little bit for the Calgary Stampeders, but that passing game is still struggling at just 181 after 3 quarters. And the Calgary defense is keeping it close, but it seems like it should be worse.
And we've done pretty well here.
Yeah, well, you know, I do a telestrator. I show you the player, and then I have a piece of turkey. But you didn't eat all your
I'm saving some. And the leftovers are always good.
Well, that's true.
Thanksgiving.
But we should have some of the vegetables. There's some carrots down here. Would you like some carrots, or are you not a vegetable guy?
I'm wondering if those are parsnips. But
happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Canada.
From the best fed crew on the road, here's Burris pumping one way and in trouble again. Now downfield, the throw behind, and Nick Lewis can't make the catch.
Henry Burris in this third quarter has really been running for his life. I mean, it's not a matter of just getting him out comfortably outside. They're trying to move the pocket a little bit, but that pocket is collapsing.